Each of the three assessments have both benefits and limitations. NAPLAN allows the growth in literacy to be seen from Year 3 to Year 5. That allows for this in individual students as well as at year level. The year level might have performed badly across the school in spelling, and this can be identified by the data. This allows the school to review its program and modify it to improve learning outcomes. Governments can also use the data to see how best support areas of need as well as see the strength of the schools. They cannot use that classroom assessment to do this, as it's not a comparable outside of the school, as well as a time-consuming task. Limitations to NAPLAN are that it takes maybe 6 months to get the data back from when the student sits the assessment to receiving the report. In this time, it is likely the student has moved on with their achievement. Closed passages and read and retell give the students as well as the teacher the information in real time and provide them with the feedback to improve future learning. NAPLAN also does not allow for the diversity in the classroom and the different learning styles. It is the same test for every student. It does not consider their capabilities as well as their culture and linguistic capabilities. By using closed passages, the teacher can modify them to suit the students. The focus can be changed for students. It can be made harder or easier to allow for diversity. Pictures can be added to also assist the student. A choice of words can also be added to aid the student with closed passages. These modifications can help and assist those that need it. Another limitation of NAPLAN when being used as assessment for literacy is it does not consider the 21st century skills of critical and creative thinking. NAPLAN is a print-based and has limited viewing on literacy. Literacy in the 21st century is very much multimodal. Read and retell can be done from computers. The students don't need to be reading a book. The Australian curriculum states that the study of English is central to the learning and development of all young Australians. It helps create confident communicators, imaginative thinkers and informed citizens. It is through the study of English that individuals learn to analyse, understand, communicate and build relationships with others and with the world around them. NAPLAN's content is also always not familiar to all students. It doesn't allow for prior knowledge. NAPLAN's content and concepts are not always relevant to everyone across Australia. Indigenous students living in remote Australia are disadvantaged by this. High-state standardised testing such as NAPLAN presents a standardised testing of students' identities and the world around them. With closed passages and read and retell, the teacher is able to know the student and modify the text to suit them and their individual needs. Limitations of closed passages can be that it is confusing for students, especially if they have had little experience of this type of activity. If the close is a written assessment, a student's writing ability may restrict them, much like the written section in the NAPLAN assessment. Another limitation of closed passages is that they only assess sentence level comprehension and not the information between sentences and paragraphs. Limitations of read and retell is that the student needs to make sure that the text is in an instructional reading level. Text too easy will not allow the teacher to identify any areas of need, and text too difficult will not allow the students to show what they know. NAPLAN does not allow for this diversity among students. Another limitation of read and retell can be if the student does not have the receptive language to explain their comprehension while doing the retell. This can become a benefit though, as a student can practice and read and retell, and this will help with their oral language. Read and retells encourage the students to be actively empowered participants in their storytelling, and with experience will become more competent. Students will learn to interpret key information with reflective reading.